Good evening, everyone. The following episode of End of the Comiverse is going to contain heavy spoilers about X-Men 97, Episode 5. Even the intro has a very heavy spoiler. So consider this your spoiler warning. If you don't want that episode spoiled for you because you hadn't watched it yet, I would suggest coming back in about 20 minutes and maybe we'll be done talking about it, or just hold off until you've seen the episode and then come watch the replay. But this is your spoiler warning, so be advised.
Okay, dudes, let's walk this sucker.
All right.
The images you're about to see may be disturbing.
Mutant intruder neutralized.
The name's Gambit, mon ami. Remember it.
Sugar. I can't feel you.
Hello, everybody. Welcome again to another episode of End of the Comiverse. And as you can tell by the intro, we damn sure going to be talking about X-Men 97. So this is your spoiler warning once again. So let me introduce the panel tonight. We've got Dr. Von Hoot. How you doing, brother?
I'm very well, sir. All the better for seeing you.
Thank you. Yeah, it's been a couple of weeks, but I'm back. We got Easy versus NYC. How you doing, brother?
Why would you do that? Why would you show that to me again?
I know.
Why?
It still hurts.
It
still hurts me, man. I'm thinking I got flashes back to my childhood when I watched Prime Die in the theaters, man.
You know,
yeah, I mean,
you could have killed someone else.
Yeah.
You know, I was okay with somebody else going. Why it had to be Cajun, the Raging Cajun? What, because he's the creepy guy? That's why? Because now he's considered a creep? No, you don't do that. You don't do that.
And we got our brother Cliff. What's going on, man?
It had to hurt, Izzy. Otherwise, it wasn't effective. It had to hurt.
But why?
Because it had to hurt. I'm giving you the answer.
No.
And because life isn't fair. And because that's literally the whole point of the whole thing that we watched. Anything can be taken from you at any moment.
They could have killed Leech. That would have hurt. Would have done that to Leech. I don't know who cares about the little kid that takes everybody else's powers. Kill Leech.
We don't know if Leech. We're not even sure if Leech is dead or alive.
No, Leech is alive.
I'm sure him and Magneto are fine, but still, the fact that moment happened was amazing.
But the fact that he might not come back is the part that really irritates me.
Yes.
But I
was gonna say it's not good television if they bring him back. I like the idea that this is happening and that we have to move forward because it forces the story to evolve in a way that we can't get stories to evolve in comics because we have to go back to status quo because we have to sell books because they're owned by mega corporations.
Yeah,
this TV show.
They killed Madeline Pryor and nobody cared about her either.
How dare you? I was in tears the moment she realized he was
care about her, man.
I'm sorry, Mom. Are you fucking kidding me? It was amazing.
Oh, you see that you got a problem with. But they kill the Raging Cajun. You're like, oh yeah, we got to move on. We move on with our lives.
Wait. Did you say they killed Madeline Pryor?
They killed Madeline Pryor. No, they did say they confirmed that she was dead too.
What?
All right. Then, but the thing is like
That completely blew past me. Like, what?
well, because
I've seen it twice.
she was in the
Like,
They, you know, she's out there having psycho sex over there, but you know what I'm saying? They killed her.
You know, I'm mad at this whole community because y'all are so busy blaming the women, and no one is saying that Cyclops, Scott Summers, is the biggest whore of the
Okay,
war.
first and foremost.
not true. I literally said that thing
Oh, wait, let me explain something. No,
in the stream
no.
I was in beforehand.
Okay, no.
Like-
You're gonna tell me you've been living a life with some clone that you had no idea and have her child, and you're gonna just say, you know what? Let me just go back to my old lady.
No, but I am
He
going
was-
to say
He
psychic 1 month long love affair in secret. I mean,
to the woman that's
I'm
the mother of
100% with
his
Cliff.
baby,
This is nonsense.
but that's the mother of his baby, and no one cares about
Listen,
Emma. I love you, KDM, but no one cares about Emma. She's just
Listen.
there, and
listen, it's okay. It's okay. But what's not okay is him just bottling that up inside so that when him and Jean finally have a moment, it can be revealed like that to her.
I don't care about that. They killed Gambit. He did nothing wrong.
He
He
was a
did
hero.
nothing wrong. But he did nothing wrong
Izzy,
to
did
get
you love
killed.
the episode or not?
Yeah, but that's sort of the point,
So
though.
I'm
Is
talking
isn't
about
it?
the episode.
Like he did nothing wrong.
And he gets
and-
all the problems.
No, but he sacrificed himself so that everybody else could live, which is the definition of a hero to me. Which is
Yeah,
why it's so
exactly.
epic. Like
Yes.
he
I agree
knew
with that.
what was going to happen, and he knew what he was going to do, and he gave him the double bird
And
at the
Marvel.
end and blew him the fuck up. Like, it was awesome.
And it was funny because when he did that, like it showed in the intro, that did not surprise me that he was able to do something like that.
Yeah.
I
No,
was-
I have a question.
Oh, Larry, don't you dare say that about my girl Jubilee.
Oh, don't get
well,
started.
I'm fixing to
Don't
get to
get
the chat.
started on
Jubilee.
Jubilee.
Don't you touch Jubilee.
I'm fixing to get to the chat. What's up, DVH?
Okay, so I apologize. This is a genuine question about X-Men. I have a vague memory of Gambit being considered an Omega level mutant in around the 2000-ish. So that I didn't make that up. That is in my head.
He was a candidate to be a mega level mutant, but I think that was before he was killed and then turned into the Death Horseman for Apocalypse.
Okay.
Yeah,
Right,
which is
okay.
pretty much where we're gonna end up seeing him again.
Yeah.
Now, they
Well,
could do
because
that.
they have that sequence where like they're both in frame, Magneto and Gambit, and it goes Omega level mutant detected, and then on Magneto. But what I'm saying is maybe Gambit is the actual Omega level mutant that they're talking about.
Well,
That was
to tell
what
you
I
the
was
truth,
thinking.
to tell you the truth, here's what the theory is. The theory is that Leech kind of took the power away from Magneto, so therefore the Sentinel couldn't detect him. Right? So he managed to escape, of course, because again, if you look at the trailers for the next episode, which I can't wait to see Captain America show up because he's showing up.
Yeah.
What the? What?
Yeah, they got the trailer shows Captain America's shield.
I had no idea that there wasn't even a trailer.
I
Like,
didn't know there was a
they-
trailer
you're
either.
blowing my mind right now.
There's a trailer. But in the trailers, you're seeing clips where Magneto's in, and these are clips that we haven't seen before. So clearly Magneto's alive.
So what we're saying is we're ending the stream right now and just going away and watching straight.
You might as well watch the episode again.
Izzy, I just want to be clear. Parts of that trailer are from previously seen episodes already.
Trust me, he's alive.
No, no part of me feels like he's not alive. No part
To
of me.
be fair, in totality, if you watch that episode and you don't know X-Men, it does look like Magneto, Leech, and Gambit are all dead.
Yes,
And it sort of puts it sort of drives home Rogue's relationship with Gambit because he's the one that she cares about in his
Yeah,
death. Like
he always
that's
was.
the poignance of that ending.
Magneto
So-
doesn't. I'll be honest. I don't think Magneto ever loved Rogue. I think all Magneto saw Rogue was just as a trophy wife,
Yeah.
which pretty much was what he was doing in this episode.
Yeah,
He was-
probably.
He's like, "You my trophy wife," because Magneto's a straight A jerk. Let's be honest. He's right most of the time. I'm
yeah.
gonna say he's right most of the time. Doesn't necessarily mean he's a good guy, because he's
No.
always been like that.
No, I would never think of Magneto as a good guy.
Yeah.
But-
So
He's not wrong. Like some,
no, he's
some
never.
of the
He's
time.
the problem
Like-
with Magneto is like for most of the time he's right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's the biggest problem with Magneto. Is like he's pretty much telling you what happened. I think the catch is gonna be is when it's revealed who's the person behind this attack, which I think if we since we're on spoiler talk, I don't know if you guys are aware who the potential villain is. There's two theories right now. The first one is, which I think is less likely, is Sinister, but the other one is Cassandra Nova.
No,
But
because
Cliff
Cable
has a good
says
one too.
he is coming. I am almost positive that it's Bastion.
Yeah.
Yeah, it could be Bastion, but I don't think it is.
I think it is because this is X-Men 97, and when was Bastion popular? When was
Okay.
that?
But this also took elements from from Extinction,
Yeah.
It takes elements from everywhere. I mean, we've had 500 mutant
which
masks,
was
and this one's one of them.
much later.
Yeah.
Much later. E for Extinction happened in 2001, 2002, somewhere like that.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a minute and highlight the chat first.
Yeah, sorry, Tony.
Yeah, yeah.
Sorry,
We
Tony.
got Chris, the comic vet. Here's the link tonight if y'all want to join the panel and have our discussion. Then we got Matt from Comics by the Bay, and he's having a little conversation with himself.
Excellent.
And then we got El Green Machine. How you doing, brother? Jay Margolis. How you doing?
Larry, I can't believe you say that about Jubilee. Don't ever talk bad about Jubilee. She did nothing wrong.
DBS and Chill. How you doing? How you doing? I was gonna say sir, but I mean I don't know if it's a sir or madam. Hello, Mom. How you doing? Well, I have to behave now. Oh, we got Couch and
I
Slash.
apologize for my language earlier. I regret it deeply.
Why? No.
No.
I dropped the F bomb in front of Tony's mom. Come on.
Tony's mom didn't handle it.
I didn't drop it. So it's not my fault. I'm just sad.
Yeah. Tony's mom raised Tony. She sounds like she's indestructible.
Yeah. And I wasn't alone. I had a little brother too, so you know. Hey, KBDM. Now I don't know if Emma Frost made it or not. I know she survived E for Extinction because that's where. Isn't that where you found out that she had a diamond form?
Yeah. So that's probably what you end up getting here.
We got Wellbore. I hope I'm not missing anybody. Bottom tier collector, how you doing, brother? I'm handling the series. Okay, yeah. Bottom tier. Now they haven't really did too much in the show except for this season, but you know, Rogue and Gambit were a big couple in the Age of Apocalypse timeline, where they were married and all that stuff. And
in Age of Apocalypse, you're referring to Magneto and Rogue.
Yeah, Magneto, Rogue. Who did I say?
I think you said Rogue and Gambit.
I'm sorry. That's just how I guess I just want to. Hey, Mike, what's going on? I don't really do much relationships, but I mean, there's just certain couples that should be together. And well, Cliff on Comics, how you doing, Cliff? And he's in the chat as well.
Mm-hmm.
Kenneth Bird, yep. Now Kenneth and Chop, I've got your stuff mailed out this morning, so that's pretty cool. Brother Good John Comics, how you doing, brother? We got a lot of chat.
What's up, Brother John?
Brother John.
So far, the computer is fine.
We got the Godfather. How you doing, sir? We got Canadian Survivalist.
This is my test to see if the computer's working today.
But I had to point this out. Well, my cat's covering some of my stuff. Y'all know how hard it is to pose Tweebius figures?
Impossible. Because when you were holding it, I was like, what kind of pretzel have you created here?
Yeah. And the fist is probably where it shouldn't be, but you know, hey. She's using
Things
Southern
happen, baby.
She's using Southern CPR. Anyway.
My timing was perfect this Saturday by getting that book. I got it right before the episode.
But I'm gonna later on. I'll have some stuff to show off. We may or may not talk about WrestleMania because that's where I was last week with my buddies watching WrestleMania. Him thinking I was Nostradamus because I got 2 out of 1 thing wrong.
I was so happy after WrestleMania and then this.
Yeah.
But then again, Friday was pretty good too.
Yeah. I do want, before we start talking about everything else, I was going to do a big tribute at the end of the episode, but I decided not to. For those of us that grew up in the 80s listening to hairband music, I want to do a shout out. Thoughts and prayers are for the family of CJ Snare of Firehouse. He passed away at the age of 64 Monday, or maybe Sunday, from, I believe they said he had a heart attack. He was suffering from cancer. He had a surgery. He had to take a leave from the band to recover. He was supposed to come back this summer. Apparently, he suffered a heart attack. He was the vocalist and one of the founding members of Firehouse when they launched in 1991 with, I believe, their first single was Don't Treat Me Bad. I've been a fan ever since. And you can go look up their music on YouTube. It's really awesome. I mean, they hit about the time, about a few years right before grunge killed hair metal. And even though I do use the terms hair band and hair metal, I really hate it because I know that's terms that the record company used to make fun of the genre. But
was it the record companies or was it the critic or was it the critics?
Well, I've heard.
I think it was the critics.
What was it? Eddie Trunk say something about when he worked for Megaforce Records and all the executives used to talk about that they used those terms to make fun of the genre.
Yeah.
Okay. So I always assumed it was just in the magazines. That's how they would.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It
Well,
I think it was a critics thing.
I'm gonna say some may have embraced it, some may have used it as a
grunge. Grunge was a term that was coined because it was punk meets garage band, and therefore you have grunge.
Mom says she's fine. She's cooking. And
right on.
What's cooking?
I don't know. And we got Matt Spidey.
Yeah, Matt Spidey, you will see me in the car later. That is not a spoiler. That's not a prediction. That's a spoiler.
Yeah, you've ruined it.
I know it doesn't matter. They ruined my love for X-Men right now.
I was right there with you, and then you've ruined it.
Yeah, I know. That's all right. I'm walking away.
Well, I gotta tell you, Wednesday night I was getting ready for church. I had about an hour and a half for church, and I started watching the X-Men show. And at the same time, I'm putting all my new books in my CLZ app on my phone. So I'm kind of looking at it and putting the app in. And then I heard somebody go, "Turn off the music," I looked up, and I said, "Well, what the hell?" And I see cable, and I was like, so I put the phone down and finished watching. And then I heard Gambit say something about up and up. What he said? He said, "I'm going to raise the stakes or something." I went, "Okay, what's going on here?" Just in time to see that last scene, I went. I didn't say nothing, and then when it went off, I went, "What the?" So I literally finished my CLZ stuff, set it down, and rewatched it again. And I was like,
"I'm going away."
And I was like, "Wait a minute, this is supposed to be a kid's show, damn it! You're not supposed to be."
It's remarkable what they did in that episode is masterful.
It's like, I'm a grown ass 51-year-old man. I ain't supposed to start crying.
For all the bad words people say about Disney, they did do this one episode and they nailed it.
But I mean, I even talk. I'm sorry, DDH. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
That's cool. All right.
Go ahead and finish, and I'll say what I'm gonna say.
No, I was pretty much done.
I was gonna say because in the chat, I even said in our little Comiverse chat, I said, "Y'all, I think they're doing E for Extinction," and I automatically thought Cassandra Nova, and then Cliff was nice enough to point out Bastion because I'd forgotten about Bastion, and I went, "You know what? He's got a point. Bastion came out in the late '90s."
Oh, it's happened. It's happened.
Oh no.
Nightmare scenario.
But before we keep talking about it, I want to do one of his
Kyle Rayner reviews. Hi.
Oh, hey.
What have we been reading lately? And what have we so Kyle is one of the Argentinian comic book collectors.
Oh, wow, cool.
And he did an interview last month with Ivan Hayes, aka Ivan Reyes, and Jeff Johns for Ghost Machine, and it was excellent. So,
Spicy.
oh Kyle, what have we been reading? I've been reading a lot of Superman as usual, and collecting some Spider-Man stuff.
I've been reading some of the new stack. I started rereading V for Vendetta because I got the trade.
I found out about a Ghost Machine tie-in that I had no idea about, so I've been reading that.
And not only do I love Ghost Machine, but shout out to Mighty Morphin Power Rangers: The Return.
Oh, I hear that's really good. I really
Amy
need to
Jo Johnson. It's her own Power Rangers timeline, but every page is her heart and her experience with these characters and these people, and she has turned it into a story, and like it's amazing. And straight up tears when I'm reading this stuff.
Okay, I'm gonna get it. Give me my phone. I'm ordering it right now.
My mom's making homemade stew.
Cool. Nice.
So we're going to go to our first segment of the week, which is the shout-outs. So if y'all have not subscribed to these people, check out their channels, give them a sub, and I'm going to spotlight 7 channels, and this is this week's Comiverse community shout-outs. And that is this week's Comiverse community shout-outs. Like I said, if you haven't, check out these channels, give them a sub, check out their content. They're pretty awesome. And I have a list of everybody that I've been doing shout-outs, and I'm at the end of the list. So if y'all know somebody, a channel that deserves to be shouted out, message me on Instagram, and I'll put them on the list. We got to get Izzy back in here.
I'm back. You see, I told you the computer is a piece of crap.
I was rooting for you there. I was like, this is going to go well.
Izzy, do you want a laptop or a desktop?
It's a desktop.
All right. But, do you want one? Because there's an affordable mini one on Amazon right now.
I want this one to work because I spend $1,500 on this thing.
Oh.
Okay. I hear you, but also, if you're interested in an affordable refurb that works really well, I can point you.
See, I got the laptop down here. I got the. You think I got a problem with myself? Look at that.
Man,
gotta make sure.
It's legit.
No, nobody thinks.
No one thinks I have a little bit of an ego.
Got
a little ego going on there.
Nah.
Don't all of us to a degree?
This computer was covered under its warranty. And right when the warranty was about to go up, it's when it started going bad. And that's the problem I'm having. And it's been 5 months since I've been working. They've been trying to figure this thing out, and they just haven't done it. I showed it to you guys backstage. But I'm going to show the people that are watching what my service repair report says. So this is the service repair report. And
Hold on.
Okay. So it says, and I quote, it says here, let's see if you guys can read it. It says, sometimes auto reboots. So the action was add or replace new parts can solve the problem. And all they did was change the CPU, which they changed already. So, and then I got a nice little survey. So I took the survey.
Y lo mandaste para carajo, right?
Así mismo, mi hermano.
Perfect.
I'll assume that means no, not good.
I meant he sent them to hell. He sent them to hell in the review.
Yeah, but you know, I'm a Christian boy, so then afterwards I say I forgive you anyway.
Yeah.
You got to throw that. You got to throw that part there afterwards.
Are you kidding? I make people earn the forgiveness.
That's not how we're supposed to do it in my world.
Well, y'all, I'm fixing to start the next installment of my This Week in Comic History. Of course, I'm going to play it, but it's down here at the bottom, so the mics may still be on. So just so you'll know, we got a lot of really cool anniversaries this week. So let's get this thing going. And that is This Week in Comic History, huh?
That's crazy.
Only slabs today.
Yeah, I know. I almost actually got a chance to buy it this week for $20, but it was missing half the cover. And somebody had went before my LCS had bought it, and they photocopied the cover and attached it to the top. And I was like, no, I don't want it.
Oh no, that's what you're supposed to do, right? That's how you got to spend it as TGC, you know.
Oh, okay.
Photocopy.
No, we don't do that. If you want restoration wizardry, okay, then you find someone like Rich or Izzy, and if you need and if you want to go crazy, oh wait, no, Izzy, you sent it to Rich.
I gave it to Rich. I don't do restoration.
I was gonna say, if you want to go crazy with it, you know, and no disrespect to anybody, if you want to go crazy with it, you call up Jerry the Jet. Wait, no, it's
Jerry's the guy. Jerry the Jetbug.
You want wizardry? You call Jerry. His videos are ridiculous.
I'm pretty sure that guy should be on a list. Like he's a magician. Like it's crazy.
Dude, those Golden Age restorations just make me shake when he does them. They also make me really mad when Billy Batson is calling other people boy at the train station. I was not happy with that. I don't care that it was another time. I was not happy with it.
So the first appearance of Green Goblin and the death of Green Goblin occurred the same week.
Exactly. Yeah, I caught that too.
Different year, same week. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not to mention all these other, and it also the last Steve Ditko.
Yeah.
Years later was the last Stan Lee.
Yeah. I didn't catch that either. Yeah.
There's something up with this vortex of time.
Yeah.
Now you got to add Gambit's death.
Well, some people, but it's an animated series death, not a comic book death. But some people,
it still matters to me, Cliff.
Only because you have to watch it.
Don't think they're sitting there going, "Hey, wait a minute, they got affected by the show. Let's kill him in the comics."
I know they're thinking about it because they don't know how to do anything. You know,
I think Gambit's a difficult character to do these days, and as far as his mannerisms of him, and again, I said this earlier, it's like he comes across creepy now. As opposed to being just a ladies' man, because that's how he was described as back in the day. So there's things he cannot do today, right? But what I like that the TV series did is they didn't go towards that route like that anymore. They kept him with like that smoothness, you know, because who doesn't love the the crop shirt. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm just saying. Even I was like, ooh. Okay, but but the truth is, I think he's just one of those characters. And there is another theory.
Okay.
And this is a big one. The theory is that this is supposed to be somehow tied into Deadpool.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna say no. I think Deadpool will not be that serious.
No, I don't mean serious. I mean because remember,
No, like
Deadpool's gonna be in multiverse, right? It's
Right,
gonna be
I know,
dealing
but
with the
I don't think.
And I think they might
it's
throw
gonna
it in
do. I don't think it's gonna do anything outside of possibly clean up the Fox universe. I don't think it's gonna do another thing. You know.
Well, what they showed in Cinecom, they showed 9 minutes of Deadpool, and they said there's cameos galore. So I wouldn't be surprised if they somehow get into the animated verse.
Did somebody say that Thor was in those 9 minutes?
Yep, they also said Thor's in those 9 minutes.
All right.
Well, y'all, I want to touch on something Beckerman asked me. He said, Tony, did Comic Conway go out of business? Because I'm wearing a Comic Conway t-shirt. This is a con here in Conway, Arkansas. This is a small con that I started going to in 2014. And that's where I got to meet Howard Mackey, Javier Sarteres, Tom Law, Roy Richardson, so forth and so on. And Beckerman, as far as I know, I'm going to say yes, they have, because COVID came and they tried to do like a COVID-like online con, and it didn't really work. They tried to do one year where they were just at the library, and they just kind of fizzled out. And so I'm going to say yes. I think Comic Conway is gone now.
That's a shame.
But then again, what do I know? A couple of years later, and because it was a nice little small con where I actually got to sit there and talk to Howard Mackey for like 20, 30 minutes, just BSing. And that's where I got to find out his views about the Clone Saga. Because, he was part of the whole clone thing. And we talked about it. And I said, I know y'all just got to do what, what your bosses tell you to do, whether you want to do it or not. Because he said, we had a nice little beginning, middle, and end. And they were like, hey, y'all, this is great. Can we all make this last a couple more years? And,
the Clone Saga was great. Someone said it was great.
Well, I mean,
in the beginning.
In the beginning, I thought it was great. And then it just
went down the roller coaster of, I don't know what
I actually reread it because like that era of Spider-Man is when I started reading Spider-Man. And then about
what's going on,
2 years ago, I started reading it again. And some of it is actually really well written, and some of it is absolute trash. So it's a really weird sort of like you have to really find.
Yeah, it has its place in history. I think.
Yeah.
The Clone Saga was a very interesting time because again, there was a time they lost a lot of people during that time.
Yeah, I fell off,
and not because they lost. I'm not even talking about the fans. I'm talking about creative. At that time is when that was just after the Image guys left, so So they were scrambling. They had some good talent, but a lot of the talent just kind of like went somewhere else. Where they were getting picked up by Image, So, but when it comes, what was interesting enough is that the writing, you would figure that the writing will excel as opposed to the artwork, because all the artists were going, not the writers. Yeah. The writing, no one cared about the writers back then. In the 90s, no one cared about the writers. The writers became a thing afterwards.
That's part of the problem, because the story is very hit and miss, but the art is fine. It's not a problem with the art, but because everybody was about the art back then, it sort of didn't matter whether the story was good or not, which is a massive mistake when you're telling a story.
Well, I always thought that even though Aunt May did not stay dead, that her death in Amazing Spider-Man 400 was such a well-written story. Them taking her, them going to the Empire State Building, she revealing that she knew he was Spider-Man the whole time.
But that was the part that I didn't understand. Why would they go there?
I don't know. I really don't. And
They
then
thought they were really giving her a send off.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Well,
the fact
yeah.
I'm not talking about the send off, but the fact that why would she always known? Which I wouldn't be surprised if she always knew, but the fact that she was the way she was towards him makes no sort of sense.
Well,
That's like the worst thing you could do to your kid.
I mean, she even said that she was kind of in denial about the whole time. And plus, of course, the reference to Peter Pan at the end. That whole what was it? He said something about second star of the right and right on the morning, because the only thing I remembered that from at the time besides Peter Pan was Star Trek 6. So I mean,
yeah,
my goodness.
I think Jonah Jameson was a better. When they did Jonah Jameson's thing, that why do you always hate Spider-Man, and he actually gave a good reason for it, because it's more the sensationalism of it all, rather than it's not that he doesn't like him, it's that he doesn't want to draw a story about a good guy.
That's an actual real life sort of idea, because you have people presenting ideas all the time just to get clicks that they don't really care about. Like
he was clickbait before it was a thing, right?
Exactly. That's exactly what it is.
Yeah. So.
It's very believable.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna say hi to Phil and Tate Crime real quick. Now,
guys?
I'm gonna say some stuff about the X-Men cartoon that may make some people mad, because I was watching the episode, and the first thing that I disliked, of course, was the whole thing between Rogue and Magneto. Now, I know they were married in the Age of Apocalypse storyline, but I was like, man, y'all are really showing disservice to my boy, because he's over here, he actually cares for her, and he even says, he knows how that story plays out. He's going to hurt her. And then, like you said, she's kind of like, she didn't know what she wanted, but she didn't realize what she really wanted till it was too late, and then.
Yeah, but
to play devil's advocate about that.
Okay.
Rogue was a very young and impressionable girl/woman when they had that relationship. Okay. Yeah. It's the only person that can touch her to the best of her knowledge. And if you really think about it psychologically, it makes sense. She's not just being like a horrible person. Now, I will say that sequence at the gala where she comes down and they do a dance in front of the fucking guy. That's
that you don't do that.
Hard. Yeah, that was not cool,
stuff, man. You know that guy wasn't from the hood, man. Because that was a guy from the hood, that would have been a fight right there.
Oh yeah,
you know what I'm
saying? Remy had every right to lose his stuff right then.
So here's the funny thing. Here's the funny thing. You know what? She couldn't. Magneto's the only guy she could touch, but technically, she could touch Leech.
Yeah. Well, I thought about the whole thing about Magneto being the only person she could touch, and when I was thinking about it earlier today, my mind went to a place where y'all might yell at me, but I'm gonna go ahead and say it. So what the hell? Who knows? Maybe. She may be into a little bit of kinky stuff. You slap an inhibitor collar on her neck, you go up to the Raging Cage's bedroom, have a little crawfish shuffle, and, it's done.
Well,
but you know what? That could be done.
Mr. and Mrs. X after they got married?
No, I never read the series.
Oh, it's a great series. Go read it. I can't remember. I think they're in space, but they're doing it, and they're both wearing the inhibitor collar.
Oh, really?
They don't both have to wear it.
But you do have a real point there, though.
Just right.
They have a literal way to take away the powers.
I believe the point in Remy wearing it was so that he didn't accidentally charge something, right? And then, of course, she's wearing it for
makes it even better. She's all supercharged now.
Well, he can't charge living tissue, right? It's just
No, but he could charge the bed. He could accidentally charge her into the collar.
In all fairness, we all know Remy's life was full of women.
Oh yeah.
Trust me, I don't think he had anything to worry about. Just saying.
Look, I don't know. The point is,
Belladonna never complained.
Savage Land, married. They had sex in Mr. and Mrs. X. I'm sure they still do some kinky stuff now. I'm sure they're fine. All right, they're doing just great. Those kids.
You know, Belladonna was his wife, so
Yeah.
Guy, why did you have to bring her up? Well, I haven't heard about her in 30 years. I want to keep
well.
it.
What's wrong with Belladonna?
I just don't like her. I just found her to be like a just only existing for his backstory, and that's it.
Not much. He doesn't have much of a backstory. Let's be honest.
No, but that's what I'm saying. And she is just as pointless as his. You know.
Gambit's just a cool character from the '90s that was created, but they really didn't think about much besides that as far as stories.
Well, the fact that he worked for Sinister and he was partially responsible for the Mutant Massacre.
Oh yeah,
and he was the linchpin for the traitor storyline that ended up being Xavier.
Yeah,
because a long time they were like, "It's Gambit, it's Gambit." We all knew it wasn't Gambit because you kept telling us it was Gambit, so we knew it wasn't. You know what I mean?
Of course, I was going to say something. My mind just went.
But 350 was a pretty good issue. I remember. That's all. That's foil cover too. Mm.
Oh yeah, I remember what I was going to say. I was going to say when I was watching the episode, my first thought before I even thought about E for Extinction was, "Damn, they're doing the Warlock Massacre."
Yeah, not the Warlock Massacre, the Mutant Massacre.
But it was Mutant Massacre, yeah.
Yeah.
So all we need is Archangel tacked to a wall, and we pretty much got it.
Yeah, but the
Archangel was there.
No, that wasn't Archangel.
I wonder if that was Morph.
Morph wasn't there because Morph was at the mansion.
Oh yeah, sure.
Yeah, that was another character. Look at it again. It wasn't Angel.
Really, with the metal wings and everything?
Well, no,
it wasn't. It was another character. It was another character. Pixie was there. Well, it was Pixie was there. I think there was a lot of the Grant Morrison characters were there. I know that much.
I was gonna say there were quite a few characters. There were a few there that
some of them I don't remember. I know who they are, but I don't remember their names. Like the pink blob guy.
So, being someone that's read relatively little of X-Men proper, should I seek the stuff out to read? By that I mean read it on the app. Like,
so
I'm not.
If you want to read some really cool stories that this is taking from, read the Grant Morrison run. So the Grant Morrison run is E for Extinction, which is the one with Quentin and Quirrell. What storyline is that one?
Don't get me lying, I don't know.
Something in Xavier's School, I think it's called. But it's the Grant Morrison run. So just look up the Grant Morrison run, and you should be able to read it. So that's where that's stemming from. If you want to go further back, you will go into the Mutant Massacre, which is like mid '80s X-Men, which is pretty crazy too. But this is more E for Extinction.
Is it straight Grant Morrison, or is it Grant Morrison being Grant Morrison?
No, this was Grant Morrison taking over after the movie.
Dude.
So the movie comes out. X-Men 1 comes out.
Yeah.
And they decided that they wanted the comic book to somewhat look like the movie. Somewhat. So that's when they got rid of all the costumes. They ended up getting the leather outfits. But Grant Morrison also came up with the concept of the second mutation. That's where Beast ends up coming out looking more animal-like. That's where Emma gets the diamond skin, and that stuff. So yeah, it's a good run.
Okay.
It's a good run.
Was I supposed to show that, Clifford?
I want this. Tell me who this is if it is not Archangel. That's what I want to know.
That's Archangel.
Who is this?
I can't see it from my little screen.
Dude, it is straight up Archangel in the event.
There was another scene. That was another scene with a character with wings, very similar. That it wasn't.
It was Mimic.
It could have. Yeah,
the point is, Archangel is clear and present, baby, and he's there at the dance.
You know how they are in the X-Men cartoons. They just throw people in there and just say that's there.
Whatever. They kept showing us his blue face for a reason.
Deadpool was there too.
Deadpool was there too because that
And
would
to
be
tell you-
revealed in Deadpool and Wolverine.
I wouldn't be surprised if they touch it.
I'll be honest with you.
Deadpool would be great in this series because he does exist in theory. I mean,
Yeah, he has showed up in the cartoons. He never said a line, but he showed up a few times in the cartoons.
I know Morph turned into him in one of the earlier episodes. Of the
Yeah,
first
more.
run.
But there's a Weapon X story, and he pops up in there. But again, like the Morph one, he doesn't say a word. He just shows up.
What was it? Weapon X Lies and Videotape or something like that.
Something like
let me ask you this: do we think the Watcher looking over this event means anything more than an Easter egg?
It's an Easter
I
egg,
missed
but it
that.
also the Watcher was definitely an Easter egg, but of course it's also telling us that this is the grand, X-Men universe, which the Watcher has showed up in previous.
I took it to mean in the Disney canon that it means it's a fixed event, and that's why he was watching it.
Yep, that's exactly what it is.
Also, it's got to be some sort of a reference to the What If series because the What If series.
That's why I'm starting to. That's why I'm starting to think they're trying to connect it in some way, very loosely.
That's what I mean. Yeah.
So that's why I wouldn't be surprised if and this is all theory, right? Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if there is some level of connection in the Deadpool movie. Nothing too grand. I'm not saying.
Yeah.
But there is like some. They're tying something up.
I hope they do.
A bigger picture.
But we'll see.
And that's how we get the Channing Tatum Gambit.
Yeah.
Because Channing Tatum is in the movie.
Hey, Tim. Yeah. Hey, brother Tim. How you doing?
Hey, Tim.
I know. What is it? The last 3 episodes is called "Tolerance is Extinction."
Yeah. Which I'm sure they're going to get the E for extinction and all that stuff to be part of it.
Yeah.
So we know. So that's why I say Cassandra Nova is going to be the villain.
Because I kind of thought when I first when they released all the titles, all you had was the titles to go, and I was looking at that going, okay. And then now looking back at in my mind, of course I could be wrong. I was thinking, okay, tolerance, okay, zero Operation Zero Tolerance, and then the E is for extinction.
And Magneto was part of it.
Yeah.
However, it could be the extinction agenda.
Yeah.
Yeah, with Executioner 2 involved sometime. And you know what? A lot of people are saying that Valerie Cooper is very weird that she's everywhere.
Well, I mean, everybody thought she was weird later on in the X-Men books around the 90s too, because she secretly kept Project Wide Awake from X Factor before Fatal Attractions.
Yeah, so.
Well, I would have too. Y'all had Mystique running around pretending to be me for years. Years. It's like I was like living in a cage like some bitch on All My Children, and y'all out. Wolverine is like, oh, I can smell everybody, but you couldn't smell her coochie being different than mine. Y'all just left me.
I can't believe you just said that.
So guess what? Peekaboo, Project Wide Awake is here.
Now, Tate, in the comics, I don't know how Madeline Pryor chose her name. I don't think she chose her name in the comics.
No, she didn't. She was Madeline Pryor. That's who Sinister made her to be. But this show does an amazing job of course correcting her. And if she really is dead is DVH okay?
He's laughing in silence.
He's on mute. He's still thinking about Wolverine smelling coochie.
No, so Madeline Pryor was always Madeline Pryor. She walked in. So she walked in she didn't come in the comics as a clone of Jean Grey.
No,
she was Madeline Pryor, who was surprisingly looks just like Jean Grey. That's how they did it in the comic books. And I know there was a retcon in the comics for her, and that's how we got Inferno, because I forgot how exactly it was, but Chris Claremont didn't want Jean back, and they kind of like forced her back.
Yeah.
So they ended up turning Madeline Pryor into the clone. And in the comic books, we talk about Cyclops in this episode a little bit, but in the comic book, Cyclops, you see this thing of him cheating on Jean.
Yeah,
I
no,
didn't think
this
that was
is
that.
compared
That's
to
not
the horror of the comic.
The comic
Yeah.
books was just ridiculous. What they
Dude,
did with
how
the comic
about
book.
after he leaves her in X Factor #1 and the subsequent issues, they cut to Madeline and she's on the floor crying, holding baby Nathan in the dark because
he
they
left
been
her with
abandoned.
the kid.
You know?
He left her with kid because he loved Jean so much.
Yeah, exactly.
To be fair to the animation, they have sort of toyed with that because like 1 second the baby's born, and the next second it's like, no, we've got to like send it back in time, and he's like, I won't ever abandon this baby.
Yeah.
And then literally it's like, no, but it's best for it. I was like, right, fine. Well, I'm not going to be here for it. And walks out. Like,
Yeah.
Well, you know, and then I don't know how I feel about that interview that he had with that reporter.
That was amazing.
I think the scene is awesome. Don't get me wrong, but I don't know how I feel about Cyclops just turning that way. You know what I mean? Because,
are we going to talk about how Beast got all gussied up for the reporter?
Yes, I loved it.
He blushed up. That's all he could say.
Well, I mean, he's all dressed. He was dressed all nice and all.
Tell me this: how did they have footage of all the stuff that was going on in the X Mansion?
That's a good question,
dude. It's a documentary crew. Like what? Like how are you even questioning this?
Okay, but they were recording while all this stuff was happening.
Why?
You never saw the real life? Yeah, it's exactly what happened.
So they were recording. They were recording where Beast found out that Storm lost her powers. They were recording the baby.
No, where are you coming from with that?
Watch the episode. Watch it again. There's like documentary footage of all these scenes.
No, they don't. The characters are having flashbacks while discussing it.
It's the document. It's part of the documentary, man.
Once again, you're wrong, and once again, I gotta go to Disney Plus to prove it. Here we go.
There we go. Watch the episode one more time.
I've only watched it 50 times. Happy Nation.
Yo, they threw in the Ace of Base, man.
Oh yeah.
At first, I was like, "Is that Ace of Base?" And I'm like,
I hope it's Ace of Base. I hope they.
No, it is.
It was.
No, it was. But the thing is, I didn't know that they like the cartoon never utilized music from other real.
So, dude,
companies.
Where do you think there's special footage? Where do you think there's special footage that the news crew
I'm
got?
saying that they were showing it as if it was footage, like you say, like a documentary. I was looking at, I'm like, what? Where are they watching all this stuff from?
No, you are wrong.
Scenes.
The only time they do it towards the beginning is just before they interview Beast. They show Beast in the lab with the glasses. That's
okay.
It. Everyone else,
but
just
that's when he
talks to them.
discovered that Storm's power.
No. Tú estás confundido.
No, está pura, mi amor.
Tate's got it going on.
It is
I hate
the real
to tell
world.
you, but you need to watch it one more time.
Oh, I am. I plan on to. And KB, that was Ace of Base. Yes, Happy Nation, living in an happy nation. I'm not gonna lie, I loved Ace of Base back in the day. That was
I did too.
That was one of. Don't turn around.
Hey, I had the sign.
Oh.
Weirdly, my mother-in-law used to work with somebody from Ace of Base, which is why I'm really intrigued by this. This is an intriguing story. Yeah.
Ace of Base was huge over here, man.
Oh yeah, no, they were big. You've got a lurker, Izzy.
Yeah.
Oh no, that's not a lurker. That's just her face that she keeps showing. She's trying to give you the thumbs up.
Well, y'all, I don't know. Do y'all have anything y'all want to show off? Because I got a nice stack of new comics I want to show off. And
There she is.
All sorts of things I want to show off. But
I've got a couple of things.
Well,
I got a kid here.
Cliff, we got to keep it within family context, you know.
I got a kid here.
You got a kid?
Just make me big.
I'll show you something that I have that I think is kind of cool.
Well, I was going to say, Cliff, they have medications for that. Ooh!
Oh, 2 of them.
That's right. I got them for $10 a piece from Immediately. And you know what? I would have had a 7.0 for $35, but someone beat me to it because those comic shops out there get their books on a Saturday and they knew what was up. They knew that Shroud was the new Moon Knight, and those bastards went online and started buying this book left and right. But I got 2 and 10.
Time out. When he said I would have got one for $7, I was waiting for him to go, but if it wouldn't have been for those rotten kids.
Yeah, that would be good. Yeah.
I got
Now,
something
here's-
here that I've had for a while.
I swear, it's just one thing. One thing, and we go to Izzy. This I got for a steal. I got it for 42, and it's great. But now that I'm seeing it in person, I think I want to get it resealed, which means it might lower the grade. So I don't know, but
Boom. There we go. Boom goes the dynamite. Hold on. Whoa.
Tilt it a little bit back.
There we go.
A little bit more.
Groovy.
Yeah, there we go. That's better. You can see that.
Dolanchala.
Restored, but
Tarantula's first appearance is an anniversary this week.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And
what's restored on it? I'm intrigued.
Yeah.
What's the what?
What's restored on it?
Small amounts of color on the cover.
Right.
And it's funny when I edited that card about the first appearance of Tarantula, I did not want to get into the whole cameo second appearance thing of the Punisher because some people say that ASM 134 is the second appearance of the Punisher. Some say it's a cameo, and I've got 134 and 135, so I didn't really care.
All that, right?
Yeah. Okay, Izzy. I've got back here. I've got the X-Men Annual 14 and the.
So this is not something I pick up. This is not something I picked up. This is something I've had, and that is I don't know if you ever seen this beautiful book.
What is it?
This is it's Earth X.
Oh wow!
Oh wow!
But wait, there's a CD.
Wow!
No.
Look at the casing. This is the case.
Oh wow!
What's on the CD? Like, let's not skip over the CD.
We'll get to the CD now. Unfortunately, it's unplayable because I don't have a CD player anymore. Okay, so we'll get to the CD now. So this is the CD, right? And it is a soundtrack. But here's what's really cool. Look at that CD.
That is badass.
All right, so this is it's just music composed. It's a double CD, by the way. Let me see if I can open the other part. And both CDs are exactly the same, which makes no sense. And it's just music. It's really cool because if you look at the music, you have. Let's see if you guys could read it. It's kind of hard for me to read it, but you got like songs like Watcher, and there's actually one that says, where is it? The Ballad of Norrin Rad Silver Surfer.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's gotten a lot of talk.
That's a real song. The Ballad of Norrin Rad.
Mm-hmm. So that's here. Also,
who did the music? What I've got so many questions.
It's composed. So it's composed by Scott Vladimir Lickney. Kind of hard. See if I can get the booklet out. But if you look here, look at that. Wow, that's kind of creepy. That's pretty creepy. Look at this. This is from Alex Ross.
Wow.
That's Captain America. The Hearts of Iron.
Wow.
Right. This is Join Us. I don't know what that's about. It's been a long time since I read this. Oh yeah, this is great. This is. Look at that.
Oh wow.
That's Thor.
Damn.
Yeah.
Thor's looking like Alan Moore. Jeez.
I know, right?
Yeah.
The Man Without Fear, Daredevil, and Black Panther. Yes, it's instrumental. Another Goddess of Thunder. So these are the models that Alex Ross used when he was doing this. Gamma Bomb.
Wild.
Yeah, Gamma Bomb. Yeah, it's crazy. I don't look at this all the time. Here's Black Bolt and stuff like that. I'm trying to see Embryo, Silver Surfer, and Galactus. Mhm. And then you got my boy Adam Warlock. So that's part of EarthX, which it's kind of gaining some steam now because of the whole Shalaba thing.
Yeah.
But then we got a little. Then we got some
Spidey.
posters. There's a poster that comes along with it. And then you have some Celestials. If I can get this. Oh, look at that thing. I don't know if you can see the whole thing, but in the bottom you can see the characters and stuff like that. And this goes all the way back from 2001.
Wow.
So that's that. And then you got the letterbound book, which is a heavy book. This is an omnibus before omnibuses were cool.
Yeah.
Right? So this is the.
Wait, when did this come out, Izzy?
This came out a while ago. I don't remember off the top of my head. I can see if I can look at the printing date.
How you doing, Shop?
But look at this inside cover.
Oh wow.
Wow.
But here's the nice part. When you open it up, you see a signature there, right?
No.
So there's a signature there. There's JP Leon. That's his signature. And then you got Alex Ross' signature.
That's
and
crazy.
And then Jim Kruger.
Wow.
Yeah. So this is, as you can see, EarthX.
Wow.
So
That's a hell of a set. Like, a
Yeah.
hell of a set. Like,
let me see if I can find the page here. It's got to be here somewhere. But it collects the whole series as well as the original page, the one shots that came along with it. But I think it kept it in black and white, so you just pretty much see the ink work by the artist and stuff.
so Tony,
Yeah.
why did you let Izzy go next? Just saying.
Well, I'm not going to be able to follow, but I'm not going to be able to follow behind that either.
My apologies. I just thought I'll show you something.
That is
cool
a cool ass book. Like, seriously.
Yeah. I've had it for a long time, man. This is, believe it or not, this is actually my wife's. So.
Oh wow.
Oh, okay. So no credit to Izzy.
Tate's asking if they're actual signatures or a stamp.
Oh no, they're the real deal. They're the real deal. This thing was. I remember when we got it. It was up there in price. So. Even now, I'm pretty sure it's pretty valuable. So. It's not something you can just send to CGC. You know what I mean?
Oh no.
So I don't even know how you would get this graded or something like that.
I'll give them 10 years. They'll figure it out.
Give them 10 years. They probably already know.
Yeah.
But the cover itself is just such a banger, man. Look at that thing. So.
Yeah, coming soon from CGC, graded omnibuses.
It wouldn't shock me if they did that.
Dude, it's happening. It's happening.
Well, they got the video games, and those are thicker. So this sucker's
What's going on,
this
Rich?
sucker is heavy. So there you have it, guys.
All right,
that was something
I'll go next.
All right.
Cool to show
I'm going to go last. All right.
So I got a movie that I'd never seen before. And I'm sure you all have, because I am apparently the last person to ever watch this film.
Back to the Future.
The Blob.
The Blob from 1988.
Oh, yeah, it's amazing. Yes.
This is the German version, because we don't have a Blu-ray of it apparently in this country, which is insane.
I was going to say I have a DVD, I believe.
Yeah, I've never seen this movie. I've seen clips of it and thought, I really want to see that movie for years. I mean, literally 25 years I've thought about seeing this film, and I finally got around to it this week. So I've just seen The Blob.
I'm trying to think of who's in it, if it's the one I'm thinking of.
Oh, it's got Shawnee Smith from the Saw franchise. It's got what's his chops from from House of a Thousand Corpses and Devil's Rejects. Bill Moseley.
Yeah.
I
was thinking
there's
of
somebody else notable in it as well. That I can't.
Yeah, there's a female. There's a female character I'm trying to think of, and
that'd be Shawnee Smith.
That was Shawnee Smith. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. She's the lead in it. It's a really fun movie. Everybody should watch it. It's very goopy.
Yeah.
But also, I opened a couple of slabs on my previous stream that I've had just lying around and not opened. So I thought I would show them.
Alligator.
We have Alligator Loki, issue 1, which is a Scotty Young. I only buy Scotty Young to flip them, honestly. They're not for me. But I thought this one was pretty cool. Like, I quite like this one. But this one is for the PC. And I'm really chuffed I got it today.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
It's a stunning Storm cover.
Is that Art Germ? Because it's Art Germ, right? That did that one?
Yeah, it's Art Germ, yeah.
Surprisingly, it looks a lot like an Arthur Adams, though.
It's really nice. Like, in person, you can just stare at this thing for ages. Like, wow. Sort of. Yeah, that's definitely for the PC.
No, that is definitely Nubian Queen right there.
Exactly. Like, she is a stunning portrayal of Storm. Wonderful.
It's amazing how they make her like this Nubian Queen, or else they'll make her like a punk rock. You know, with the big mohawk. But yeah, they're both good. Both versions of Storms are cool.
Well, I guess we'll get to me. I don't have any. Well, I may have a couple really cool back issues towards the end. I've got about 2-3 weeks worth of books, and they're all mostly new. And so first, we're going to kick it off. I got a couple free books. I haven't read anything of Planet of the Apes from Marvel yet, so I don't know if this stuff's any good.
That's okay. I haven't read anything from Planet of the Apes.
I watched the shows.
Watched the movies.
Yeah. I got this Uncanny Avengers Marvel Must Have. It was a free book. I don't even know what's all. Oh, yeah. Reprints Uncanny Avengers #1, Captain America 3, and Daredevil 2. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Got the nice, shiny Secret Wars 4. And I'm looking forward to collecting the Shiny Crisis set when I believe it comes out, next week? Or the week after that?
Issue 1 is next week.
Okay. I got this nice variant cover of Ultimate Spider-Man #3.
I got that one as well. Yeah, it's nice. I like that one.
And I also got this one too. I thought that was pretty cool.
Oh yeah.
Ooh.
And when I actually got to pre-order X-Men 97 #1, and I was going to do the cover A, but this one just kind of
spoke
to me.
That was my choice, baby.
That's Ben Harvey.
I didn't get that one, and I've been kicking myself ever since. Like it's
DVH, I'll tell you what, I'm sending you a thing. My LCS had another copy. If it's still there, next time I go, I'll pick you one up.
Well, thank you, sir. I appreciate that.
Well, we'll just have to hope it's there.
Yeah, of course.
Finally got the Cobra Commander because for some reason I thought it was on my pull box, but it wasn't. But they ordered me a copy. I think the only book I hadn't gotten yet that was on my pull box, but they ordered me a copy of the Crashdown. And I actually did read both of these. I got the new Duke, and I'm really enjoying.
Yeah, Duke is awesome. I'm really digging it.
I'm enjoying both of those. Those are pretty.
Oh
cool.
yeah, they're both cool.
Now I haven't read it yet, but I got the new Void Rivals.
Oh, it's good. Yeah.
A lot of these I haven't read yet, and all these are the books I picked up on Tuesday, the first wave. I bought this. This was a cover buy. I love that cover.
I love it. Yeah, I've got that as well. Yeah.
Got King Spawn. And then I got Sammy Twitch case files. Now, I know it's been hit or miss for some people. I actually like these nice detective. I did not go into this thing expecting it to be a Spawn superhero title. I expected it to be a cop detective centric murder mystery. So that,
I agree with that, but what really put me off was the speech bubbles.
Yes. I was going to say that seems to be a lot of our complaints was the speech bubbles.
But also nothing really happens in that issue as well, which is fine, I guess. But give me something. Come on.
I honestly think that Twitch is getting tired of Sam's crap.
Yeah.
And then I got Conan.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Now that was all Tuesday. I went back yesterday and picked up this week's books. So I got House of Slaughter. But I've been enjoying that one. I keep saying I'm gonna drop it, but I haven't. And I don't know why I'm gonna drop it because I've been enjoying it. Got Scorched.
I've never read an issue of Scorched. Is it good?
It's all right. I mean, when they all first launched, this was like my bottom tier, so it just kind of fluctuates, and there's some good stories in it.
It's the team book, right?
Yeah. Then I got Rat City, also known as possibly Spawn 2099.
I bought the book.
Of course I had. I had to get Rat City. So.
Oh, you had. To
I
get
knew.
all of them.
I knew you had to get all the. I figured. Did you get any of the blanks?
Of course,
Surely
I got a
you
blank.
got the blanks. Like
Okay.
you
I got
the Rat City. Like
Yeah.
it's all in
Because
your.
I want to see a Rat City blank with the Izzyverse rat on it. And we got.
I'll be honest. I'm just not into Spawn like that, like most people are. It's like
It's called Rat City, dude. I mean, you have to own it. If you're gonna own it, own it.
Yeah, I'm gonna own the Rat. I gotta own Rat City, but it's like I was reading it, and I wasn't feeling it. It didn't feel like Rat City to me. It felt like it's another
I haven't
war
read
story.
it yet. I don't know.
Yeah, it's fine.
Tate, I haven't read it yet. I'm going to read it. Rat City is basically in the future. Some new guy
It's
becomes
Spawn 2099. Let's be
it's
honest.
basically futuristic Spawn.
Yeah, which we have a back. It's an origin story. It's how he gets there and stuff like that. So okay.
Continuing on, I got the new Transformers.
Oh, that's good. That is good.
Looking
Read
forward.
that.
Isn't this the last one where Daniel Warren Johnson does?
No, that's the first one that he doesn't do.
Yeah,
this is the first one he doesn't do. Okay.
That's the new one.
He's doing all the covers ongoing, but the art interior is another guy, and it is excellent. Like you'll love it.
I love how he's pulling the film out of Ravage. That's a callback to anybody from the 80s that had to fix an old cassette tape with a pencil.
When you read that book, you'll understand what that means. But
you see, so to your point, DVH, I'm going to go off a tangent for a second. That's one of the things I love about those covers, because those covers are panels within the book, right?
Yeah, they link. There is a link,
and that's how you're supposed to. That's how you normally do comics.
Yeah.
Nowadays, everything's just a. I love the
Just a
covers. I think a
pose
lot of
of a
covers are
guy,
beautiful,
yeah.
but it's like, come on, give me story within my cover, so I
Do
know
you
what
know how
I'm
many
getting myself into.
Do you know how many Madeline Pryor covers I have that have she's not in the book.
Yeah.
I'm so mad.
You know how many amazing Spider-Mans I have that are homages to other books featuring Disney characters?
Okay, but that was like a specific ploy. All right.
Yeah, but it's
I'll
ridiculous.
allow it. I'll allow it.
No, it's ridiculous. Put it on the book that it belongs.
That was my.
I mean,
Okay.
it is dumb.
Yeah.
Granted that they don't put it on different books, but at the end of the day, at least they've gone ahead and said we're not going to do that. Like
Yeah, but we all know
it's when I get an awesome Batman cover and it has nothing to do with what happens in the book. That always sort of drags me down a little bit.
I also hate it when they kind of like have like specialty months or something like that, where like we're gonna celebrate Wolverine month or something like that.
We're celebrating Jim Lee at DC this month. Shush, sir.
Well, at least Jim Lee has covers to celebrate.
Yes.
That's different, right? But I'm talking about it's Wolverine month, and every book has to have Wolverine, even though the book has nothing to do with
in
Wolverine.
homages to other books' covers.
No, not
I know, it's
even.
ridiculous. No, that one was over the top. That one's crazy.
Yeah. So yeah.
So I got. Go ahead.
No, go no.
No, I was gonna say I got 6 more books and I'll be done.
All right.
So
I'm
we
already
got
done.
X-Men 97 number 2.
That
Good
one
luck.
I
I
gotta
enjoyed.
go back and get it.
I'm gonna get that book.
I gotta go back and get it. You want to know why? Because I didn't see any sign of Morph, and I was like, "Screw this series! I'm not picking it up without Morph." And then as soon as I got home, I got 20 messages like, "Cliff, Morph is an issue too." And now I was like, "Well, now I'm going back."
I got old school. I got old school Morph Clip if you're interested.
I have the whole original run.
Of Exile?
Yes.
Okay, that's what I wanted to make sure.
I
Some
also
of them are
have
signed
that
by Joe
entire run.
Riddick. Now, Tony, did you read it yet?
I haven't read it yet. I'm still keeping an open mind because, when the first issue came out, I was expecting a teen book, but so in that aspect, it didn't really thrill me. But you go back and not expect a teen book, and I like reading manga and stuff, so it kind of worked out. So I'm giving it a shot. I'm still going to keep reading it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we gotta eventually see
I
a
am enjoying it for what it is at the moment.
But
So
is it an X-Men book?
Well,
It's
first
getting
issue,
there.
yeah, it's getting there. First issue didn't feel like it, but like I said, I ain't read that one. I got 4 back issues. I paid a combined total of probably $30 for all of them, but I picked this up.
Nice.
And first Steve Rogers holding Mjolnir or Meow Meow, whatever you call it. Now these, I was going through a box. As soon as I got them, I just plucked them. $4 a piece. I got
Viva Vendetta.
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah.
I got issue 1, issue 2,
Tremendous.
and issue 3.
Excellent.
And you got those for $4 each?
$4 a piece.
Amazing.
Wow.
Did they even know what they had?
Yeah, they knew what they had.
That book's expensive, but still.
That's crazy.
And
$4?
Yeah. And that is me. I guarantee you, if they'd have had the whole series, I probably would have bought the whole series. I mean, but that is me. And y'all want to talk about some wrestling?
I would love to talk about wrestling, but I have to leave. So,
All right, brother. Thanks.
I'll bid you
let's,
adieu.
Well, you want to talk about what you got coming up first before you leave, or?
So if you guys haven't seen the short box list, it came out already. I love this list because it has a little bit of everything in it. So go check that out. It's on the Izzyverse now. Just look up short box Izzyverse. Monday we're gonna have Flash by Night is gonna be showing up in the show, so that's gonna be fun. And then I will have finally put up my video on some X-Men related books that I picked up a few weeks ago. There is some bangers in that one. So that's going to be dropping for channel members on Tuesday, and it's going to be up for everybody in time for lunch on Wednesday. That's what's going on in the Izzyverse. Sooner or later, we'll get a fixed computer, hopefully. But in the meantime, I'll see you guys next time. Guys, I love you.
Thanks for hanging out, Izzy.
I'm gonna go to the car now.
Okay. Take it easy, brother.
Later.
Take it easy, Wellbore. Thanks for hanging out in the chat. So, something happened last week. We got the end of the Roman Empire fell, and we got a new champion.
It's about time. And yeah.
That was just one of the many things that happened.
It was spectacular. Is it the best WrestleMania? I don't know whether I can qualify that.
No.
Is it the best wrestling show I've ever seen? No. Like the wrestling matches themselves were good across the board, but none of them got to great, in my opinion.
I have to be honest.
For the main event, maybe. Like the main event, they overbooked the hell out of that main event.
Yeah.
But it was fine that they did that. That was okay.
Yeah.
That they overbooked the hell out of it. It's perfect sort of WWE style of booking.
Well, you got to admit, for a split second, do you think we was going to get the same ending that we got last year, or?
Not whilst watching the match, but before the match, I did think that they might have put it off for another year because WWE. That's the way they work.
They kept going, it's a new era, and I was like, okay.
Oh, they hammered that home so much. Essentially, they are under investigation as well as Vince.
Mm-hmm.
So they're hammering home the fact that Vince isn't there anymore and pretending like what's happening isn't happening to them. Logan Paul is a phenomenal wrestler. Like what he's managed to pull off in a couple of years is insane.
Yeah.
Like as much as I think the guy is probably a knob, like he's remarkably good at wrestling. There's no question about it.
Yeah. I was going to say, I was trying to remember exactly the exact total of how many matches there were. What, 13 matches, something like that total?
Something. Yeah, that sounds about right.
I was going to say, I got 2.5 wrong when I was doing my predictions. My buddy thought I was freaking Nostradamus the way I was calling some of the stuff. And I regret not making any prediction videos before each night, because if I did the prediction videos, I probably would have looked like a dumbass. But yeah,
you should have made some bets because you could have made them.
Yeah, you know, me telling my buddy, he said, "Who you think's going to be the undisputed tag titles?" I said, "Let me tell you something, buddy. Those titles are getting split, and this person's going to win, and this person's going to win." And I was like, "Well, I got it half right." And then I honestly wanted Randy or Kevin to win the triple threat with Logan Paul, but you know, I never thought Logan would end up winning. But I
actually did think that Logan was going to win that because of my logic was they're pushing this guy. He's contracted for a long time, and they want to, you know, keep him hot. And because it's a 3-way, I thought he would squeak it out. If it was him versus Randy on his own, then it would be different. Or him versus KO, I would have thought something else.
And the last one that I got wrong, and I let my personal opinions interfere with what I think would actually happen, was the Gunther versus Sami Zayn. I wanted Gunther to win.
I sort of think a lot of people did want Gunther to win. He has been great from what I've seen, which is not that much, to be fair. But it was probably the right story to tell on the night. The match they had was probably the best match of the entire show.
Easily.
Like, it was the closest thing to a really great wrestling match. And Sammy is phenomenal. Everybody's like, that's not a secret. But he has this, like, the underdogness. Like, he does a really good job of making you feel like he could lose at any time.
Yeah.
Which is, like, if you know he's going to win, that's a real skill. Like, to be an underdog and win, it's tremendous.
Yeah. And I was going to say, and plus that frees Gunther up for a World Heavyweight Championship run, maybe.
Yeah, maybe. We'll see.
And then the fact that his title reign ended at 666 days.
Yeah, that was pretty messy.
It's the title reign of the beast.
Yeah.
What do you think, Cliff? I know this ain't your cup of tea.
I'm just here quietly listening.
I will tell you this though. I even made a meme on Instagram about it, but I was actually rooting for Damage Control against Bianca and them, and it was only because I like Dakota Kai. I think she would do better.
Dakota Kai is great.
I think she would do better.
All of Damage Control are amazing, but again, like, you knew when they were bringing her in, like Jade being in that match meant that they were definitely going over. I mean, it just makes sense.
Well, and that's true too, because I wanted them to win, but knowing that this was Jade Cargill's first WrestleMania, I said they're not going to win. And then the fact that, you know, what Dakota was wearing, I was like, yeah.
Well,
and I didn't even get the reference to the little mark on her face being like Scar from The Lion King. I was like, where did that come from?
You're gonna have to go back to X-Men '97 and talk to Cliff, because I
want to do one more thing. We'll go back to X-Men '97. Tate says that cash in was way too quickly. I felt it was very weak, although it looked. I like Saints look. Now here's the thing. That was one of my big Nostradamus predictions right before the show. I predicted that. I said the winner of the Drew. I was telling my buddy. I said the winner of the Drew McIntyre versus Seth Rollins match. I said Drew's going to win. He'll have his moment where he finally wins the title in front of a packed stadium. I said then Damien's going to come out and cash the money of the bank. He's going to win and walk out with the title. He said, "You really think so?" I said, "Dude, he's been carrying that title case around for months. It's senior Money in the Bank. It's got to be, that story's got to end. And so he said, I said, I don't think they're going to do it with the Cody Roman thing, because that would have really just botched that whole story. And it ended up being right. So that's cool. And I enjoyed WrestleMania. It was the first one I enjoyed in a while. So let's talk more about X-Men or just comics in general. Cliff, welcome back.
So, anyhow, am I the only one that got all misty when Madeline was making eye contact with Cable?
Oh man, I love that because in the 90s you didn't really get to see. Well, of course, she was supposed to be dead. You didn't really see any conclusion with Cable and Madeline.
No, in fact, if anything, they constantly convoluted their relationship. And only recently in Dark Web did we address the whole, you took my child and raised him without me. And
yeah.
What did you, y'all just left me for dead over and over and over again.
Yeah.
So if she did die at this event, then I mean, it's terrible, but at least I can be happy in the knowledge that she got to see her son that one more time before she got blasted out by a Sentinel.
I honestly believe that that something's going to happen and everybody's going to be saved. I believe that, but that don't mean it's going to happen.
I got to be honest. I don't even want that to happen because it will take away from this monumental event that we just experienced.
Yeah. I was going to say, personally, I believe I should win the Powerball, but, it hasn't happened yet. So, I mean.
I think after reading Beau DeMail's personal, because remember, he's been off radar ever since he parted ways with Disney, right?
Mm-hmm.
And, but he made this whole big tweet about, hey, I really went there because, we survived 9/11. He's like, I moved on after the Pulse nightclub massacre, a place that he went to regularly. He's like, sometimes this is what life is, things just taken from you way too soon and way too abruptly. And I really felt it. I felt it when I was watching the episode. Reading his words sent me over the edge. So I feel like all of that is lost if we just go back to, well, this is just an ordinary cartoon with time travel, and that's it. So
yeah. Well, Morph wasn't there.
I agree, but they are going to bring him back. I agree with what you're saying, but
that's fine. But we're not doing. Cable figured it out, and we did just the right things to fix time, and here we are, right? If we do it because the story is taking us there.
I hope so. I really hope so.
If we see Gambit again, we see him because Apocalypse snatched up his body to make him into a horseman.
Yeah, I was just going to bring that up.
That would be interesting. I feel like that is the best course of action. I also feel if Cassandra Nova is going to be in the Deadpool movie and that's their big thing for her, I think it's not a great idea to introduce her in a cartoon. I think using Bastion makes better sense.
Yeah.
Joe,
Anachronic Comics, how you doing? Yeah, I think I agree with you, Cliff. We use Bastion for the cartoon. Maybe find out later on that maybe Bastion's working for Cassandra, which I don't know if that's plausible, but
I don't find that team up to be likely.
Do I now, DVH?
Do we know that Cassandra's going to be in the movies?
I thought that was a lot. That's not a lot?
Is that a lock? Have they announced that?
I don't know.
They have not officially announced it, but it's the biggest rumor in play.
Okay.
All right.
I'm with you. I see.
Yeah, Tate, I don't remember the issues, but Gambit was a horseman, right?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I remember at one point Wolverine was a horseman for a little bit, but
Wolverine was death. Gambit was death. Archangel was death.
Of course, yeah.
Wasn't Hulk death for 2 issues too?
Hell, I don't know, man.
He was definitely a horseman.
DVH was death for a little while.
That was a very big owl. Now, by the way, DVH, as a Mal, how did you feel about a demon owl attacking Storm at the end of the last episode?
Yeah.
I felt like it was absolutely natural because man's only predator is the owl. That's my opinion. The only natural predator of the human is the owl.
That's fascinating because I always thought the only natural predator of the human were other people.
No, yeah, see, you thought so, but it's the owl.
Don't owls prefer rodents and stuff?
We are rodents.
No, just look into their eyes when you see them. I'm not an owl, to be clear. I'm a mal. I'm half man, half owl. But if you look into the eyes of an owl, you'll see terror.
I see nothing when I look into your eyes, DVH. That really tells me something.
Yeah.
I was going to say, watch out, Cliff, because if you stare into the abyss stares back.
Do I not look like somebody who's already had the abyss wink back at them? Do I not give that off? Because I hope by now I do.
I know. When I watched the last episode that you're talking about, I told my wife, who could probably care less, because I said, it's ironic that Storm and Forge's adversary is a character named the Adversary.
Yeah.
But
that's who.
Did
she just blink at you too?
Like, yeah, she did. Yeah. She gave me the loving wife because look that she don't care. But even I told her after watching this last episode, I said, I know you don't watch the cartoon. I know you just consider it a kid show, but even you would watch this thing and go, damn. So I mean,
yeah, I showed my wife as well. Honestly, I was like, you need to start at the beginning. And we watched all of them except for, the last episode, because why? There's no point.
Well, I grew up with one of my buddies I grew up with, the guy I talk about that cleans and presses my books. He told me that he'd never watched the original X-Men cartoon. And I said, dude, you don't have to. You can pick it up from the first episode of the relaunch. I said, they do a nice recap.
Yep.
I said, but
I mean, that's sort of why the first episode and a little bit the second episode feel a little bit cartoony for kids, because they're doing a lot of exposition constantly in the dialogue. It's like they're just filling all the blanks. And like, this was a kid's show over and over again.
Anachronic, I'm sorry, brother, you joined late, but at the very beginning of the show, I did do a spoiler warning.
Yes.
Yeah, the art has gotten nicer. And it was funny because it seemed to me like that one part where Gambit's up there, that one face of that Sentinel just looks like he's stoned. Like I'm just, it just had this look like, hey guys, I'm just here. What's up? But until I figured out, that Sentinel was from the ES for Extinction storyline, my first thought was, wait a minute, is that the Tri-Sentinel? It don't look like the Tri-Sentinel from Acts of Vengeance. But
I in my head, I was like, this is a Tri-Sentinel.
Yeah.
That's all. That's it. That's all I was telling myself.
I had no idea what the hell was going on. So if that makes anything better or worse for you, I don't know.
So,
like,
was that Gala supposed to be their interpretation of the Hellfire Gala?
I mean, close enough, right?
Okay.
Sort of. Like, I feel like if this show proceeds, we'll eventually get an actual Hellfire Gala.
Yeah.
And then, but it's like their idea of, how galas are. So.
Yeah. Yeah, and of course, when I saw the White Queen of Sebastian Shaw, I was like, watch out for that dude.
Well, this version of them seem to remain elitist, but don't seem to be super evil.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah. But then maybe they were just being like extra Machiavellian about it, like sort of they were setting somebody else up so that they could work in the background.
Yeah.
That could be true, but again, like I don't get the full-blown evil vibe from them in this iteration.
Yeah.
No, that's true. Like it isn't clear anyway.
Yeah, like because honestly, you got to think about it from the perspective of they are mutants, and in this timeline, Magneto set the stage for Genosha being recognized by the UN. So even elitist mutants like them have to acknowledge what that could actually mean.
Yeah.
But going forward, potentially this event could trigger them to be.
Well, no, this event could trigger them to actually be more villainous. Yes, absolutely,
Yeah.
right? Sebastian appears to have died, but we don't know for sure.
Yeah.
No,
I really doubt it. You know, I mean, unless they're trying to make a point with us, but I kind of doubt it.
Yeah. Well, y'all, I'm. That's about all I got to talk about. Y'all want to? We'll go around to Shorthorn and y'all talk about what y'all got coming up. And well, let's move to Cliff first. Cliff, what you got coming up, man?
Tomorrow night, box office and our gold member review, and C-Bizzle will be joining us, and Papa Wheelie will be joining us, and then Monday night, New Keys and Hot Comics, C-Bizzle will be joining us. C-Bizzle's just joined the council. He's our Texas.
I think it's official now. He's every week. Official. You're like it's the council with C-Bizzle.
Yes, it is. No, truly, it truly is.
He's just part of the council now, surely.
No, he is, and we've added him to all of the chat, so like it's completely, and it's really funny because I was like, I want to have C-Bizzle on. He's a lot of fun, right? And they're like, okay, sounds good. And like right after the first night, C-Bizzle, do you want to join us again? You know, like without even. And he's like, I love hanging with you guys online, and then that was it. It's just been. So when Mark jokes and he's like, oh, C-Bizzle's like, running the council, I was like, oh, not quite, but he's very much in the council now.
Cool.
It's a lot of fun. Hey, it's Deep Remy Q. So that's Sunday and Monday and Tuesday night. I should be joining J-Man and Scotty for more Dazzler reviews. I may do a live on Tuesday from the comic shop because I think that'll be fun. And also, so Sam has been hurt. So the editing is really like too much in one position. It's very bad for him right now. And the doctor is telling him, look, it's going to be like a couple of months before you get back to normal. So now we're going to be doing live streams on New Comic Book Day on Wednesdays at 8. So there's that. So you'll get one more live stream with me, and then I believe on Thursday, the 25th, I'm aiming to do another Crisis Quest.
Cool. Well, DVH, what you got coming across from the pond?
Well, there will be an unboxing on Monday.
I love unboxings.
Yeah, that's sort of what I do. So there'll be an unboxing on Monday, and then there'll be an unboxing on Friday, I would think. And then I will probably be here.
That's
Sounds good. What time is it for you right now? Is it midnight or almost 1?
It's 1:39 a.m.
Okay, we got to work on this because I really want to get together with the Argentinians. If that means that I got to be up at 8, so that they could be up at 9, so that Spidey can be up at 10, so that you can be up.
I have no idea what happens with the Argentinians. I can barely manage like what I do with you guys.
No, because they're English speaking. It'll be a lot of fun.
Oh yeah, no, that's not the problem. It's the time.
Because all right, so this is the way I've planned it, right? If it's 8 a.m. for me, it's 9 a.m. for them. It's 2 p.m. in London, and it's 10 p.m. I'm sorry, it's 1 p.m. in London and 10 p.m. in Australia in Sydney.
okay.
Melbourne.
Yeah.
So that is like the one place I could make it come together.
Let's do it.
We should. We need to unite our communities across borders.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I was like, we need to add some South America into our ranks. Am I right?
Absolutely.
All right. And for me, Monday will be another unboxing video. I'm not sure what it is. It may be Five Below packs. I've got
packs.
Yeah, Marvel packs.
You lucky bastard.
And then I got some wins from Only Slabs I haven't released yet. Tuesday will be my weekly, comic history and shout outs video. And it seems like I've been talking about this for the last few weeks, but finally this week I will release the comic spotlight with Forever People #1, first full appearance of Darkseid, Forever People. So that we'll get that out Thursday, Friday, and then we'll be back here next week for Into the Comiverse. And right now the working theme, which could change because originally this week the theme was going to be WrestleMania, and then Wednesday happened, and I went, "No, we're going to have to talk about the X-Men." So,
as you should,
themes can change at a moment's notice. But I think right now the current theme for next week are cult films. Your favorite cult films that mean something to you. You can bring some, show them off, and we'll show off a few. And just films that have reached a cult status or maybe a cult status in your eyes. Who knows? They could be anything from Army of Darkness to Rocky Horror Picture Show. I mean, who knows? There's a ton of flicks out there. So I'm interested to see what other people talk about their favorite cult films. And then that's it for now. And until next time, everybody, I want to thank Cliff and Izzy and DVH for hanging out in the panel. I want to thank all you fine folks hanging out in the chat. I want to thank everybody that's watching this on the replay. I think we had a very touching, and we may all need therapy after this last episode of X-Men. I know I do. So, it is what it is. But we're going to leave this like I've been doing for the last few weeks. I'm going to say good night, everyone. We'll see y'all next Saturday, and we're going to end it with the Turtles. So we'll see y'all next time.
Well, dudes, I'd say that's pretty much a wrap. Yep. Cowabunga?
Cowabunga?
Yeah.
Cowabunga!